Hey BookTube, we're gonna try this again because every time I tried to do a video yesterday, my software would crash. But I think everything's okay now. So I have a couple little updates. One, I'm halfway through Who Killed Dr. Sex, and if I just sat down and read it, it would be done. But this is actually a pretty fun story. Rick Holman's a PI, and there are these actresses who went to this like sex therapist that was like in vogue at the time. So all these people were going to him, and he was murdered on a hunting trip, although they say it was an accidental death. But since then, all the actresses who were going to see them or see him have been getting these tapes in the mail that are their sessions, and they had no idea they were being recorded. And so it's turning into like a blackmail plot. But the blackmailer hasn't made any demands. So I have a couple ideas of who it could be. But Rick Holman's pretty fun. He's like, if you like Mike Hammer, I think you would really like Rick Holman. So that's kind of cool. Well, then the other day, I drove down the mountain to LensCrafters to get my daughter some contacts. And besides that being a completely horrible experience, I had my Ross McDonald The Name is Archer book in the pocket of my cami shorts, like my camouflage pant cut off things, in the side pocket. And when I got in the car, I shut the door and the book fell out and the door caught it. So, look at this. Do you see that? There's a fucking cut in the book from the fucking door, and it goes a few pages in. You can't see with the light, but it's like ripped. And then there's a little bit of damage on the, like right here, from the car door shutting. So that was a bit disappointing. I wasn't a huge fan of that happening. Other than that, sometime this week, Zoe and I will be posting probably two different book haul videos because off of the recommendation of Paperback Mania, we went to Arcadia, I think, to a place called the Book Rack, and I completely overspent. I was confused by how the pricing works at that store. And let me ask you guys this question as a little discussion point. When you go into a used bookstore, what makes a book a dollar 50, $2, or $3? I don't understand that. I got a bunch of books. Some of them were $3. Some of them were a dollar 50. Some of them were $2. And I don't understand the difference. Is it just like when they get books in, if they get them in on a Monday, they're $3. If they get them in on a Tuesday, they're $2. I've been to places where they've had multiple of one book, and I pull them down and open them up to see which one has the lower price in it, you know? So, I mean, I've never understood that. If you're going to have a used bookstore, just have your paperbacks be a dollar. If you want more money for them, sell them on fucking eBay. So anyway, we went there, and then off of the recommendation of Madame Decor, we went to Anaheim to the $1 plus bookstore, I think is what it's called, and we got a bunch of stuff there too. So, man, I look like I just woke up, and I've been up for hours. So those videos will be coming. I thought we were gonna do them last night, which is why I didn't upload anything yesterday, but we ended up not doing it. So those will be done probably tomorrow. And then the other thing is I don't have them here. They're in the car. I'll do another video in a little bit. But the 39th annual Vintage Paperback Collectors Show and Sale will be in Glendale, California in March. And me and Zoe were talking about getting together with a bunch of local booktubers who want to go to the event. Maybe having breakfast first, or maybe getting together afterwards and like having like a, I don't know, like a giant haul video with everybody. That'd be crazy. But so that's gonna be really cool, and like Ann Bannon will be there, St. Joshi will be there, Krista Fost will be there. I don't have the list in front of me. I'll get it. But that'll be a lot of fun. So if you are in the LA Orange County area, or like us in the San Bernardino, Riverside, San Diego area, and want to get together for some book nerdiness, let me know. And also, if you haven't heard, if you didn't watch my video where I yelled at BookTube, March Mystery Madness, I believe starts March 1st. So get yo TBRs ready, because it's going to be a fun one. So as far as my Bukowski bingo goes, we're halfway through the month. I got plenty of time. I still have 4 books out of the 6 to read. Although I did, over the last couple days, read the Wind-Up Bird Chronicles by Haruki Murakami. And I wrote a review on Goodreads for it, but here's the thing. When I write reviews, I somehow always manage to focus on the negative of a book. I don't know why I do that. Probably because if there weren't any negatives, I would just gush about everything. Even if I just thought the book was okay, I would just gush about it, because that's kind of how I am. But if there's something about the book that didn't sit right with me, I'll totally talk a ton of crap on it, even though like I gave the book 4 stars or something. So for those of you who like magical realism, who like a bit of a mystery, I highly, highly recommend the Wind-Up Bird Chronicle. It was released in 3 volumes, 3 separate volumes when it was originally released, and I think that is good to know. At least it was for me, because the first 2 volumes were great, and then the 3rd volume, there seemed to be a lot of like reminding you of things that were happening. A lot of it was epistolary. Like there were news articles, letters, things being told from different point of views. It just didn't have the same like feel that the first two books had in that thing. But in America, they released it as one giant book. So, but basically, it's about a guy who quit his job for no real good reason, just didn't want to do it anymore. His wife is growing more distant by the day, and he doesn't really know why, but doesn't really seem to do anything to try to fix it. And then all of these, oh, and then they lose their cat. And when they lose their cat, they go to someone who might be psychic or something like that to help them find the cat. And then their whole world like falls apart. So it's definitely worth a read. Like, I don't know how many Murakami books I've read so far. I think I read, let's see, the 4 Rat books I read. Hard Boiled. There's one other one I read. Why can't I think of what it is? Good Lord. This was like the 8th Murakami book I read, I think. And I love each one. Like, I can't praise his books enough. So, if you're trying to find something a little bit different, I would definitely go that route. Whether it is Hear the Wind Sing, Pinball 1973, those are pretty tame compared to the things that happen in the rest of his books. Wild Sheep Chase, Dance Dance Dance, Hard Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World, the Wind Up Bird Chronicle, and I'm going to be reading Norwegian Wood here soon. I was gonna read it before I read this one, and I don't know what the fuck I did. I just started reading this one for some reason. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna chill on Murakami until after March Mystery Madness. Although I realize that April is the halfway point from October. So I might do a half Halloween horror read madness thon thing in April. So if that happens, then man, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, because that means I have like my next like 2.5 months of reading like planned out for me, which is kind of weird. So yeah, but yeah, so I still have a couple more of my Bukowski Bingo books to read, and that's it. So I'll see you later. Let me know what you think down below. Like and subscribe. Do all the things you're supposed to do.